Many years ago, in a quiet desert town called Red Willow, an elderly woman named Mrs. Rowan lived on a tiny patch of dusty land. She and her late partner had once run a humble vegetable garden and kept a few goats. But after he passed away, her strength faded. Her back ached, and she moved slowly from place to place. She lived with her niece, Clara, and Clara's husband, Dane. Over time, Clara became sharp and easily irritated, while Dane spent most of his days lounging, avoiding any kind of work. Mrs. Rowan still tried to sweep the yard and feed the animals, but she grew tired quickly. One night, the young couple whispered in their small room, "If we stay like this, we'll run out of food," Dane muttered. Clara answered, "She's holding us back. We need this place to ourselves." The next morning, Mrs. Rowan stepped outside and froze. Her coat, scarf, and old sandals were tossed beside the gate. Clara stood there stiffly. "Aunt Rowan, you must leave," she said, refusing eye contact. Mrs. Rowan's voice trembled. "This land was built by my own hands," she whispered. But the door shut before she could say more. She sat by the empty water barrel until sunset, tears sliding silently down her face. What Clara and Dane never knew was that Mrs. Rowan and her late husband had saved small gold tokens for decades. She had hidden them inside a rusted tin box buried beneath an acacia tree. That night, with shaking hands, she walked to the tree, dug around the roots, and found her savings exactly where she left them. With only her courage and the hidden gold, she walked toward the neighboring town of Maple Ridge. A kindly baker and his family saw her resting on the roadside. They brought her warm bread, herbal tea, and offered a place to sleep for the night. The next morning, she asked if any land was for sale. "Yes," the baker said, pointing to a field near the river. Using her savings, Mrs. Rowan bought the land. Local workers helped her build a small but sturdy clay brick cottage. She planted herbs, kept a few ducks, and slowly created a peaceful life. A teenage boy named Elias, who lived nearby, often came to help. He was gentle, respectful, and grateful for any chance to assist. Back in Red Willow, Clara and Dane faced the consequences of their choices. Their little hut fell into disrepair. The garden dried up. Their arguments grew louder, yet they still believed Mrs. Rowan had walked away empty-handed. One day, Dane, desperate for work, wandered far and stumbled upon a well-kept cottage near the river. He knocked on the door. When it opened, he stepped back in shock. Mrs. Rowan stood there, steady and calm. "You?" he whispered. She nodded. He begged for a job, explaining he had neither money nor food. Mrs. Rowan agreed, but added one rule: "Do not tell Clara that this home belongs to me." Dane nodded quickly, ashamed. He worked hard, much harder than he ever had in his life. Mrs. Rowan treated him with respect. Every day, she asked only one question: "How is Clara?" "She's doing well," he always lied. One morning, Clara secretly followed him. When she saw the beautiful cottage and the thriving garden, she burst into anger. She stormed into the yard and shouted, "You build all this while I'm suffering?" "When you are finished shouting, we can talk," Mrs. Rowan said softly. Clara demanded money, ownership, anything. Mrs. Rowan simply placed a few silver coins in her hand and shut the door. Clara wasted the money within days. Soon, the couple sold their broken hut, convinced that when Mrs. Rowan passed away, they would receive her land. But Mrs. Rowan had acted long before that. She wrote a will. "Everything I own shall go to Elias, the boy who helped me when I was alone. Clara shall receive nothing." When Mrs. Rowan passed away peacefully, the villagers honored her with a quiet burial near the river. Clara and Dane rushed to claim the property, only to learn that Elias was now the rightful owner. Embarrassed and furious, the couple left Maple Ridge. No one heard of them again.